Clint Eastwood is not just an actor. He is a force of nature, an institution in American cinema whose 95 years have been marked by an unwavering, almost moralistic commitment to speed, efficiency, and a stark minimalism that brooks no opposition. As a director and producer, Eastwood demands absolute focus, despises inefficiency as an ethical failing, and has zero tolerance for actorly ego, improvisation, or the kind of method acting that threatens to halt the momentum of his famously fast-paced productions. For the quiet giant of Hollywood, unnecessary words are noise, and production delays are the unforgivable sin. At 95, with a career that spans 7 decades of total control, he has a short, well-defined list of actors whose working styles were not just different, but fundamentally incompatible with his artistic and professional creed. The first name, a testament to the ideological battle between the New Hollywood and the Old West, must be Jeff Bridges. Their professional friction was forged during the filming of the buddy crime caper Thunderbolt and Lightfoot in 1974. Bridges, a quintessential actor of the counterculture era, embraced a laid-back, improvisational style, often preferring to discover the emotional truth of a scene spontaneously, which frequently necessitated multiple takes and a loose, unhurried atmosphere on set. For Eastwood, the legendary efficiency expert who lives by the motto "if you know your lines, we'll get it in one," Bridges' approach was not artistic exploration. It was a maddening and unforgivable waste of the production's most precious commodity, time. Eastwood felt that Bridges' constant requests to try it again and his general relaxed demeanor were emblematic of a lack of professional discipline. Their difference was philosophical. Bridges sought depth through exhaustive exploration, while Eastwood believed truth lay in the immediate, clean execution of the script, leading to an environment of palpable, underlying tension that defined their on-set relationship. Second on the list of those who incurred Eastwood's silent wrath is the late, great Shakespearean talent, Richard Burton. Their highly charged partnership occurred during the filming of the high-stakes World War II thriller Where Eagles Dare in 1968. Eastwood's disapproval of Burton was rooted not in his talent, which was undeniable, but in his severe lack of professional discipline regarding alcohol. At the time, Burton was struggling deeply with alcoholism, which often resulted in him showing up on set late, unprepared, and visibly compromised. For the young, intensely disciplined, and notoriously early-rising Eastwood, whose life is built on self-control, watching one of the world's most gifted actors repeatedly derail a massive budget production through personal indulgence was utterly unforgivable. Eastwood viewed Burton's inability to control his personal life and prevent it from disrupting the complex, dangerous work on set not just as a weakness, but as a profound act of disrespect to every cast and crew member waiting on him. Eastwood's philosophy is built on self-control, focus, and reliability, and witnessing Burton's self-sabotage, and the resultant chaos and cost it inflicted upon the film's schedule, earned Burton a permanent place on Eastwood's list of brilliant actors whose personal failures rendered them professionally unreliable. The third name to clash with Eastwood's rigid standards, albeit in a more subtle, philosophical manner, is the Oscar-winning powerhouse Gene Hackman. The origin of Eastwood's disapproval here is highly specific and rooted in his belief in the moral imperative of work. While their collaboration on Unforgiven, 1992, yielded cinematic genius, Eastwood reportedly voiced strong private disappointment regarding Hackman's decision to abruptly retire from acting in 2004, despite still being one of the industry's most capable and sought-after talents. Eastwood, who continues to dedicate himself fully to his craft well into his 90s, views work not just as a career but as a defining moral obligation, a duty to your talent and your audience. He saw Hackman's decision to simply walk away from the field while still highly capable as a profound abandonment of the craft. For a man who sees persistence and productivity as the highest virtues, this act of self-removal, of willingly ending a magnificent career before physical necessity demanded it, was seen as a regrettable waste of immense talent. Eastwood's condemnation here is not born of a personality conflict, but of a deep, philosophical judgment that Hackman had failed to honor the commitment to his lifelong work, flying directly in the face of the unwavering work ethic that defines Clint Eastwood himself. The fourth actor who earned Eastwood's profound professional dismissal was Burt Reynolds. Interestingly, their clash was not born on a movie set, but in the highly visible, public arena of Hollywood stardom during the 1970s, a time when both men were fierce rivals vying for the title of the world's biggest box office draw. Eastwood is famous for his reticence, his commitment to privacy, and his absolute refusal to be drawn into the showbiz circus. Reynolds, on the other hand, was the quintessential showman, known for his frequent, highly charismatic, and often controversial appearances on talk shows and in magazines. The issue was a clash of fundamental professional ideologies and dignity. Reynolds publicly mocked Eastwood's minimalist, stone-faced acting style, often making jokes about his lack of expressiveness and his reserved persona. For Eastwood, who firmly believed that an actor's work should speak for itself and that unnecessary public grandstanding was frivolous, Reynolds' constant need for self-promotion and media attention was seen as undignified and deeply unprofessional. Eastwood saw the showmanship of Reynolds not as entertaining, but as a severe lack of commitment to the serious, silent craft of filmmaking. Eastwood has always valued the creation of a stoic myth over the messy reality of celebrity, and Reynolds' willingness to expose the celebrity machine earned him a complete, though quiet, professional break from the reserved star. Finally, the fifth name to fall afoul of Eastwood's ruthless standards was Lee Marvin. Their conflict, though dating back to the 1960s, represents the purest distillation of Eastwood's aversion to method acting and theatrical pretension. Marvin was a highly respected, powerful actor known for his intense immersion into character, a style that often included demanding, confrontational interactions with directors and co-stars to meet his specific creative needs. Eastwood, however, views method acting as entirely unnecessary noise that slows down production and needlessly complicates what he considers a simple job. Eastwood believes the drama belongs on the screen, not behind the camera. Marvin's reliance on extensive emotional processing, demanding rehearsal, and internal conflict to achieve a performance was the antithesis of the smooth, efficient, one-take mentality that Eastwood lives and dies by. Eastwood's frustration with Marvin's approach, which he likely saw as self-indulgent posturing designed to draw attention to the actor's process rather than the clean, final product, created an immediate and unbridgeable professional gulf. For Clint Eastwood, a man whose 95 years have been defined by getting the shot and moving on, Lee Marvin's deliberate slowness and emotional requirements were simply incompatible with the work. These five actors, Bridges, Burton, Hackman, Reynolds, and Marvin, each failed a core tenet of the Eastwood Code, proving that indiscipline, ego, and a lack of respect for the schedule were the only currency that earned the legend's lasting dislike. Ultimately, Eastwood's list of five is a masterclass in professional ethics, reminding us that the key to lasting success in his world is reliability, economy of effort, and an unwavering focus on the final product. What do you think of this list? Do you agree that Eastwood's philosophy is the best way to make movies? Or do you believe that a little actorly chaos is necessary for true genius? Let us know in the comments below which of these professional conflicts you found most justified. If you enjoyed this candid, deep dive into the true history and rivalries that shaped the golden and silver ages of Hollywood, there is so much more to explore on our channel. We uncover the secrets, the codes, and the unwritten rules that define stardom every single week. Make sure you don't miss our next video, where we investigate the one-time Clint Eastwood almost broke his own rule for an actor he truly admired, but couldn't trust. So, before you leave, if you learned something new, if you were entertained, or if you simply appreciate the truth behind the Hollywood facade, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you can be the first to know when we publish our next video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for more untold history.